customer said I must not know my boss very well. I work for my dad. This morning at work, I had a funny encounter where I got to put an entitled guy in his place. I work at my dad's store, managing the front counter and handling most customer interactions. My dad also runs another business, so he's not always around, but anyone who needs him knows they can usually find him here. For context, I look a lot more like my mom, so people don't immediately connect us. This guy came in looking flustered and asked for my dad. I told him, "You just missed him, he'll be back later." He was clearly annoyed, acting loud and unprofessional. After wandering around the store, he came back to the counter holding a piece of equipment, saying he wanted to trade it for some work he apparently did for my dad. I didn't recognize him, and I know most of my dad's workers, so I told him I couldn't make any deals without my dad there. I explained he'd have to wait or come back later to discuss it with him directly. That's when he looked at me and said, "You're making a big mistake here. You must not know well.I very well. He would absolutely do this for me." I couldn't help but smile as I replied, "Actually, I know him pretty well. He's my father." He was stunned, clearly realizing how stupid his comment was. I told him he could either wait in his truck or leave. He ended up waiting for my dad to return. When my dad finally arrived, he didn't agree to the trade. Turns out the guy had worked only 2 days, quit, and was asking for something way more valuable than what he was owed. Oh, and his paycheck hadn't even been processed yet because we pay bi-weekly. Some people are just wild, but that petty little moment of "don't you know who I am" totally made my day.